Hey YouTube, I'm Kenneth Ryan.
I'm Lindsay Reese up.
And welcome back to another special episode of Fanfiction Friday. This week is St. Patrick's Day week.
Yay.
Cue stereotypical Irish music. I was going to try and do an Irish accent. I was thinking about it and I'm
I
like,
don't know
I
what
cannot.
Irish people sound like.
I can't do a bloody Irish accent. See, that's British.
Yeah.
But terrible. So today, in
I'm
this...
part Irish through my grandma.
I am also Irish. In fact, so I don't feel bad saying this because I announce my name at the start of every one of these episodes. But my last name, Ryan, actually was originally O'Ryan. But it was either my grandparents or my great-grandparents. I think it was my great-grandparents. Immigrated during the time in America when Irish people were being discriminated against. So they dropped the O from their name so people would stop being racist.
Nice. My name is originally from the Polish side of my grandpa.
Rzapski, right?
Rzapski.
Yeah, I fucking love that.
Or something like that.
But unrelated to names and our Irish
names.
lineage, we are reading an Irish fan fiction. It is
Not really.
It is titled "The Leprechaun King and the Fairy Queen" by Magda the Magpie. Its summary is
Bruce Banner and Luna Lovegood.
Right. Bruce discovers a whole new world he never knew existed after a fairy helps him out of the hole the Hulk left him in.
I'm assuming they're like, oh, you're green, you're a leprechaun, wow.
I am so very excited. And Luna is so nice. She's like, okay,
and
whatever.
He might think she's a fairy. She might not be a fairy. She might actually be a fairy. I don't know. He might literally be a leprechaun in this.
This might be another
Who
crack
knows?
fic. Is it tagged as crack? It's not. All right, well, whatever.
It might still be.
Okay, there's like some
It
art.
says their prompts were cursed necklace and dancing.
Oh, okay, so this is part of a...
It was a marvelously magical group holiday event. Enchanted Wonders.
Interesting. Okay, so this is part of like a big series of things. There's a link in the description for this fic, so if you're interested in following more of this series, you can probably find it by going through
Not really a
this fic.
series, but a bunch of people writing for a theme, possibly.
Right, but they have a link on it, so if you're curious about more in this series,
Part of a collection of fics.
Yeah. Feel free to follow to this fic. It has links on this fic. I might link the series. We'll see. But yeah, we're just gonna do this nonsense, and I guess I will pick up because you started the last one.
Sure.
Bruce has no idea where he is. Still in India, hopefully. But he's crossed...
Scotland. Isn't it where Hogwarts is?
I don't know. I don't remember. It has been so long since I've consumed anything Harry Potter.
Pretty sure Hogwarts is somewhere in Scotland.
Still in India, hopefully, but he's crossed countries before without realizing it, and he knows for certain he hulked out. The state of his clothes are a good enough indicator of that. So is the crater he woke up in. He hates it all so much. The lack of control over his own body and mind, over his whole messed up life. If only he could end it. Yeah, I know you won't let me, Bruce mutters when he feels the Hulk stir inside. With a sigh, he picks himself up, holding up what's left of his pants, and looks over at the edge of the crater. Looks up at the edge of the crater. That's going to be a bitch to climb out of. The ground is soft, his feet sink into the mushy earth, and there's nothing to hold on to. After his fourth attempt, he gives up and sits back in his hole. Talk about digging your own grave. It's freezing, too. At this rate, he might as well hulk out and let the big guy bounce out of here. He has no idea where he is, though. Not India, after all. It's too damp and cold. But what if there's a city nearby?
Found you. Startled, Bruce holds his heart, willing it to slow down. At the edge of the pit, he can see a pale face with even paler hair looking down at him. He has no earthly idea who that is, but when she waves at him, he waves back.
Don't suppose you have some rope up there? Or a ladder? Chances are next to nil, so he's not surprised when she shakes her head.
Don't move. I'll get you out. Suddenly, he's floating up very slowly, as if she had somehow turned off gravity for him. He enjoys the feeling of weightlessness right up until he starts tilting around and ends up with his head upside down. He stops going up when he finds himself nose to nose with his rescuer. She's beautiful, even upside down, even if her large blue eyes are a bit unsettling.
Thank you, he says. I'm Bruce.
Luna, she answers as she reaches for him to spin him around, right side up. Then gravity returns. Her hands are still on him, though. And it's weird because he's half naked, and now she's poking him with her index. That's a really good disguise you have.
I'm not wearing one. It should be obvious he's not wearing much of anything.
But you were really big and really green when you fell down.
Yes. I suppose you could say that was my disguise. This is the real me.
You're getting slower as time goes on.
Because Bruce Banner is depressed that he's the Hulk, and he talked about wanting to kill himself.
Yeah, and he has tried.
Hulk is not happy about being dismissed so casually, but he's oddly quiet about it for once.
Oh, her face falls as if she's disappointed by all of his normalcy. She is. I thought I'd finally found the Leprechaun King. Bruce laughs.
The Leprechaun King?
But it peters out when he realizes she's serious.
There's no such thing, right?
And he talks again after this next line.
But who knows? In a world where a giant green rage monster exists, anything is possible. Even her, with her ethereal beauty and the way she switches gravity on and off like it's nothing. Are you a fairy or something? Her laugh is as delicate as bells, and as otherworldly as the rest of her. The other guy is pleased. His rumble of content makes it through him, and it sounds like he's purring. Bruce blushes all the way down to his shredded pants.
You're not wrong. They wanted to make me queen, but their crown was too small. I introduced them to the concept of democracy, though. They've taken to it quite well.
Wow, you are just a political go-getter, Luna Lovegood.
Yeah. She startles a laugh out of him. She sounds so serious as she says the most outlandish things. Heck, he wants to believe in her stories, because how much more wonderful would the world be if they were true? And he's tempted to believe she is, in fact, a fairy, because when he shivers, she makes clothes appear. When it starts raining, the drops don't touch them. When his stomach rumbles, he's suddenly on the edges of a town. A quaint little English town by the looks of it, with Christmas lights up and the sound of carols in the streets. Okay.
This is her.
No,
no,
it's
this
him.
is him. Won't you come with me? The least I can do is offer you coffee. He hopes to follow that with dinner, or at least get her number to invite her whenever she's free. He doesn't want to let her go, and neither does the other guy.
I'd love to, but I can't.
Of course, you have plans, he says, waving at the Christmas decorations. Had he missed Christmas?
Christmas in March, yay.
It's Christmas in March, the most wonderful time of the year. It wouldn't be the first time he hulked out for several days.
No, it's not that. Her smile is brittle now. It doesn't suit her at all.
Is something wrong?
I don't want to bother you.
You bother me? You just saved me from wandering half naked across the English countryside in the middle of winter. I think you're entitled to bother me all you want. She hesitates, her gaze shifting from his face to her feet to the village further down the road. Please?
I can't take a step closer. I was cursed and can't approach humans or human dwellings. Bruce furrows his brow.
I'm human.
No, you're not. She laughs off. Well, that's news to him. Despite his alter ego, he'd still considered himself human. He was born human, after all.
What happens if you do?
It's painful. She grimaces, so he doesn't insist, but asks her story all the same. His stomach can wait. The fairy queen makes a sofa appear on the muddy side of the road. It's so incongruous. He can't help smiling at the sight of the purple monstrosity. He takes a seat next to her, and has to admit it's quite comfortable, while she tells her tale. Once upon a time, there was a curious girl who liked magical creatures so much she traveled across the world to befriend them all. In so doing, she found an evil witch who hunted them down and cut them in pieces to make her dark potions.
Oh.
The girl denounced her and led the kingdom's guards to her lair. Put in chains, the evil witch used the last of her powers to throw a curse at her in revenge. You can do that.
Since you like your little critters so much, she cackled, they will be your only company forevermore.
When I saw you falling nearby, I thought you were the Leprechaun King and might be able to break the curse," she finishes, tapping a gaudy necklace around her neck.
"Sorry," Bruce says, then points at the piece of jewelry. "Is that the curse?"
Is he just gonna hulk out
and just rip it?
There we go.
There
Cool.
you go, you're free.
I guess I'm the Leprechaun King after all.
Looks like you're fine. Luna nods.
Oh. I tried everything I could think of to take it off. I even asked the dragon to breathe on it, but it only singed my eyebrows off.
Well, yeah, that's what a dragon would do.
Yeah. Basilisk venom might have worked, but I can't access the carcass of the last one that was slain. The Hulk growls, whether because he takes this as a challenge or because he truly wants to help. Bruce isn't sure, but he's not going to stop him. Not this time.
Mind if I try? I'm going to shift into the green thing.
The green thing.
Try not to scream. He hates when people scream at him.
Oh, he's got some melty.
Before she can answer, Hulk is already taking over, and he loses himself to the rage. "Little fairy!" Hulk grunts.
Big leprechaun, Luna says, and curtsies. Banner is an imbecile. She has no fear in her at all. In her. He points at the tiny bauble around her slender neck, then at his index. His fingers are too big to handle the cursed thing himself. She understands him, though, and lays the necklace as far as she can, her face pressed against the side of his index without the slightest hesitance. "No move,"
he orders, and brings his thumb down, crushing the evil thing into fine dust.
So it just, okay.
All right, well, that was easy.
That was easy.
There's a Staples button. That was easy. Hulk pulls his fingers apart to free her of the remnants of the necklace's chain. He then wipes them on his newly shredded pants, smiling at the thought of how annoyed Banner was going to be at finding himself naked again. "Good fairy," he says, and pats her head as softly as he can. "Pretty fairy." He lets Banner take over. He did more than enough for the ungrateful twerp.
Okay.
Bruce shivers and blushes simultaneously when he comes back to himself. He can feel the other guy laughing at him, but okay, he deserved that. He should have thought of undressing first before transforming. Thankfully, Luna make his clothes reappear again. That's such a funny... Thankfully, Luna make his clothes reappear again.
Could she just fix the old ones?
Just for that, he should make sure to keep her around. How about that coffee now? She's more than happy to tag along, and he's fascinated by the way she walks. It's as if she's dancing to her own tune. It's very subtle, but draws every eye in the vicinity, causing the Hulk to growl protectively. Of course I won't let anything happen to her. Calm down. But something does. They're on their second order of tea and cakes, because their coffee was too atrocious to be ordered a second time, when a man appears out of nowhere. He looks like he rolled out of bed with his dark hair sticking up every which way, and even his glasses are askew.
"Hello, Harry. Hello, Harry." Luna chirps happily. The other man sputters for a few minutes while Luna explains to him he's a dear friend, that they went to school together, and that he's full of nargles. At this point, Bruce just rolls with it and invites him to sit down with them now that he's ruined his date.
"We thought you were dead. You disappeared. I looked everywhere for you."
"It was a curse. I'm all better now, though. Don't worry. The Leprechaun King saved me." Harry's brow furrows.
"Who?" "That'll be me," Bruce says, offering his hand to shake. "But you can call me Bruce. Leprechaun King is a bit of a mouthful." The handshake is limp. It's probably shock.
Is Harry?
"Okay, listen, Luna. I'm sorry to ask, but I left the party as soon as I got a hit on your location. Ginny and the kids are probably worried sick I just up and left without an explanation. Would you mind coming back with me? I'm not letting you out of my sight again. Not today." What's today? I'll let you read.
He and Luna ask at the same time.
"Christmas." He sounds outraged they didn't know. "Please, you'll be the best present there. Everyone's missed you." Luna looks at him, and he thinks this is it. This is where they part ways. but she grabs his hand instead, holding it tight.
Can I bring Bruce?
Yeah, of course. Why not? I'm sure everyone will be curious to meet a dark-haired, 6-foot-tall
I
leprechaun.
don't think he's 6 foot tall, but okay.
The more the merrier, right? Meet me at
Grimald.
Meet me at Grimald Place? Luna nods, and Harry disappears. No one in the pub seems to notice all the insanity happening right under their noses. Maybe he's still dreaming after all, stuck at the bottom of his crater. What's he then? He asks. Because as much fun as it was to confuse the disheveled man, his curiosity is killing him.
A wizard.
Oh, right. Never met one before.
I'll introduce you to plenty more if you want. And there'll be a half giant there too, I'd wager. Werewolves, a metamorphagus, half Vila, but don't get too close to them.
What about Santa? Bruce asks, because he's been pretty sure a few days ago he didn't exist, but now...
Santa's too busy this time of year, silly, but you'll enjoy the party. There's always lots of food, enchanted music instruments, and dancing too. Do you like to dance? Bruce does not. He has 2 left feet most of the time, and music only seems to confuse them more. But he's willing to try with Luna. There's always mistletoe too, she adds with too much nonchalance.
Mistletoe? Do fairies and wizards use mistletoe like normal people? Her dreamy smile and mischievous eyes tell him it is.
At every door, she confirms, and there are a lot of doors where we're going, so you better not leave my side. Bruce can already tell this is his best Christmas to date. Even the Hulk, who has always hated it, grunts in approval. Maybe they've finally found their place in the world.
A leprechaun fic that is Christmas themed. This was a bait and a switch.
I mean, I didn't really think it was going to be like a St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, but I expected a bit more. Oh my god, this might be the shortest thing
Probably
to
not.
date.
Maybe.
Oh my god, I'm not
really
cute.
cute, actually.
It was so cute. Okay, listen. Here is
not a pairing I've ever thought of, obviously.
Here is an example of a perfect example, in my opinion, of a fic that knew exactly how long it needed to be. Mm-hmm. And it got you everything you needed in
Cute little one-shot.
the perfect amount of time. And it was so cute. And after the train wreck that was the Mass Effect fic, which I am now willing to admit that, oh my god, was that fic wacky and like just bizarre and kind of too long. I want everyone to go to this fic.
Even if we weren't jokingly taking it serious.
Right.
It was like, damn, what's happening here?
But like seriously.
So many outtakes of us just laughing, like, what the
Oh my god. Because how could you not laugh at that? Anyways, not to talk about Mass Effect, because we didn't actually talk about Mass Effect in that fic. But this fic, it was so perfect. Even if you don't read it yourself, if you've just listened to the episode, click the link in the description, leave them a kudos. I'm going to do that right now, actually.
Yeah.
This fic was beautiful. So, again, kind of like last time, MagdaTheMagpie, you did a wonderful fucking job with this, and I want you to be proud of yourself. I loved this.
Yeah, it was cute. And I like weird pairings that, like, crossover just random people, take them together, see if you can make them work. And when it does work, it's like, it's nice.
Yeah, when it works, it's like, wow, this really works. Like, this is cool. Man. I obviously, I don't know if you recognize the author name. I've never read anything else by this author. But if they're all as good as this, they are definitely probably worth, like, looking into. I would highly, highly encourage it. I might actually, in my free time, as laughably short as that is, look into reading some of this person's fics on my own, because wow, I really liked how like short and cute and just like, this was a nice little like thing to enjoy.
And it's not a huge time commitment when it's like a one shot.
Oh my god, I know. So it's like you just sit down for like you have a lunch break and you eat your sandwich in 15 of your 30 minutes, and then your other 15 you watch this video because you like audiobooks more than you like reading. Ha 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 ha. But yeah, like 10 out of 10, I would 100% recommend this fic for just a fun thing to enjoy.
Yeah.
Happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone.
Next, like 2 days from now?
In 2 days, it is St. Patrick's Day, or 3 days. I think it's on a Monday or a Sunday. I don't remember. But it's coming up soon, close to when this episode comes out. So happy St. Patrick's Day to all of my Irish brethren and to all of the non-Irish people who are going to join in the drinking and the celebration.
And the green.
And the green. All the green. May the drinks and the green and maybe 4-leaf clovers bring you lots of luck for this coming year of Irish shenanigans. I don't know. Is this like Irish New Year's? Can we just like
Irish New
like you know how like today
St. Patrick's Day, yeah, Irish New Year.
I'm gonna date this. We're recording on President's Day, so it's like the President's New Year's, you know?
Yeah, okay.
Whatever. If you liked the video, I'm gonna try to do this in a terrible accent.
That was not
This
Irish.
is not Irish, but I'm doing it anyway. If you liked it. Now, if you just now you listen.
No, you listen here, Sonny.
If you liked the video, be sure to give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already. We have awesome Fanfiction Fridays coming out every Friday. Thank you so much for tuning in. And yeah, subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a fic suggestion in those dang comments down below because by golly, we'll read it on the show.
And eventually, possibly a couple weeks after you...
After you leave it. Yeah, it's debatable. You know, recording and uploading.
Pre-planning.
Yeah. So
It'll get
like,
added to our upload schedule.
Yes, it will. But thank you again so much for tuning in. And yeah, until next time, stay awesome, drink a beer for me, and read more smut.
One of those weird Irish shot things.
Yeah, drink an Irish drink. What are the Irish
If it's
like?
either green beers are a thing that they do.
That is.
Otherwise, just do something with like some Irish cream whiskey or something.
Drink responsibly and only drink if you're over the age of 21. Okay, that's our disclaimer. Goodbye.
Bye.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Bye.